You are listening to Larry Conners, USA.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
This is Larry Conners USA. Larry Conners USA.
I woke up this morning, got myself a gun. Mama always said I'd be the chosen one.
We know NIH gave money to fund research, gain-of-function research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. So what they're doing is they're taking U.S. tax dollars in China and they're trying to create super viruses that'll be more dangerous for humans. And they'll say, well, we want to figure out how to combat the viruses. But you're doing this. This is very hazardous. I think it's unethical to do it. They should have been banned from doing it, but I think they went around the ban. And so we've got to shut that down. You can't have mad scientists running around playing God like this.
No, you cannot have mad scientists, especially like Dr. Fake, running around playing with the rest of us. This is October 26, 2021. And those are the words of Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. He's echoing what a lot of us believe. And, of course, the evidence is now there, despite all the constant denial, despite the testimony in front of Congress, despite being given numerous opportunities by Senator Rand Paul. Do you want to change your testimony? Do you know what perjury is? Do you understand that if you don't give us the facts and the truth, you are going to be guilty of perjury and can be charged, a criminal charge? And in all of it, Dr. Fauci said, no. Rand Summer, you don't know what you're talking about. No, he knew damn well what he was talking about. He was asking the question. And you, Fauci, Dr. Fake, did not answer the question. Well, we're going to be getting into that in a lot more detail because there's another little part of this. Fauci can do all this other kind of stuff and all these investigations, and some people don't want to take the vaccine because they know it came from lines of tissue from aborted fetuses, and for a religious reason they don't want to. And when you're experimenting with mice and rats, most people say, nah, it's got to be done. We got to learn it from somewhere. But what they were doing to young puppies, in particular beagle puppies, breeding them just to use them for experiments and putting their heads locked into a little cage where they couldn't move, and then releasing sandflies and other biting insects that were already infected with various diseases to basically invade the puppy's head and ears. But to make sure they wouldn't hear them yelping and crying out, they would cut their vocal cords first. Now you probably stepped over the line with the majority of the public. I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. A lot of people say that. No. We're going to get into that. And, of course, we also have a lot of questions underway because Snapchat, TikTok, and YouTube are testifying in front of Congress right now. Senator Cruz has asked repeatedly of the TikTok director, one of the execs, you guys are operating in China, and the way you operate in China is you have to have a China partner. And you say you don't share your information with China, but if they're a partner of yours, are you sharing the information you gather on U.S. citizens with China? If you're expecting an answer, do not hold your breath, but you're going to enjoy that part of the program. We're also looking at the massive illegal crisis it's building. Going to be joined today by Laura Reese of the Heritage Foundation, 20 years, Homeland Security and Immigration. And basically they're saying Biden has thrown open the border. There's our issue. And it's not just illegals coming in. There's no vetting. And while you are under COVID vaccine mandates and mask mandates, they're not. And while you have to have certain permissions and passports and documentation of a vax to get inside a facility, they don't have to have any of that. And why are they doing this, the Democrats? You know why. It's not for humanity. It's for future votes. Now, these folks cannot vote in 2022, supposedly. But, of course, they're there for the next census. And if they can dump enough of them into red states, they think that that will end up being a power play for the Democrats forever and ever. And then we're also going to look at how critical race theory continues to be shoved into parents' faces, and when they complain about it, the FBI is looking at them and others, and yet Attorney General Merrick Garland says we're only looking at possible threats. We're concerned about threats. You weren't concerned about any damn threats during the summer when everything was burning and bombs were being thrown at police and others. But you're making parents into terrorists? We've got a lot to cover over the next 2 hours. Let your family and friends, let your enemies know we're on the air. They'll love it. I appreciate you being here. Lock and load. Ready. On the right.
You can hear podcasts of this program at Larry Connors USA Facebook. Larry Connors USA Facebook.